Yo, what's up guys, balik lagi sama gue Risa Purnomo. Oke, kali ini gue akan bermain game Genshin Impact teman-teman. Dan gue tadi ngecek, kok ada quest story ya teman-teman. Quest story ganyu dan kita buka saja cuy. Nggak tahu AR berapa ya. Oke, kita sudah diambil. Nah, quest story paling atas ya, kita ikutin saja cuy. Oh, jadi chamber ya. Dan ini kita gacha cuy. Lihat. Ngenes cuy, tapi nggak apa-apa. Free to play cuy ya, seperti inilah. Gue mau top up tapi mahal gitu loh. Gimana coba? Mau top up masih miskin gitu loh. Gue bisa main aja udah bersyukur sih hasilnya men. Oke, kita langsung saja cuy. Hah? Jadi chamber ada lagi? Kita lihat cuy. Penasaran saya. Masa ada lagi? Wow, trio kembar.
It's shocking how much work there is to do, even for the three of us.
Kita
And
bertiga,
she's
oke.
been handling it alone all along. The Chising secretary clearly isn't an ordinary.
You're just...
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretary.
Sekretaris bukan
Have you
pelayan.
seen Miss
Oke.
Ganyu, traveler? It has been
Ganyu sudah
several
cukup
days
lama
since
meninggalkan.
Ganyu left for Juyun Karst. She's the general secretary of the Liue Chising. We've only taken over her
Even though the Chising have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liue, they commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Julian Karst and bring the Adepti the latest news about the crisis. Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual
Oh, menghilang cuy.
Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour.
Gak
Who
jadi
could blame
gacha
her
dong.
after working so hard?
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying that she couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Masa liburan cuy?
Paimon sees how it is. But she's happy.
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be...
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
Berat cuy. Pekerjaannya ya. Orang 3 aja bahkan tidak bisa gitu loh.
Speaking of Juyun Karst, traveler, I've heard that you can go in and out of there as you please.
Of course, we've been there lots of times.
Oke,
That's
OTW.
good news. Could you go to Julian Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us?
Yuyun ket ya. Oke, siap.
We're safe.
It's about time she can...
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our...
Oke, ini yang tempat bug gitu ya, yang ada bugnya. Dimulai. Siap.
So Ganyu left to visit club.
Nah kan, kita dari sini aja cuy. Kenapa? Karena ini di atas. Jadi kita nggak usah manjat-manjat, tinggal
We should hurry up. Paimon hopes we can find her there.
terbang, oke? Kita tinggal terbang. Oke yuk, kita gas. Tapi masih manjat, kampret. Gak bisa. Ganyu kenapa? Asik, kita khawatir cuy. Padahal gua ngincer aja belum sih. Oh itu Ganyu ngapain ngelamun?
The person standing over there. That's Ganyu. We finally found her.
Halo Ganyu.
Ganyu,
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yuahai Pavilion.
Huh? You don't want to be the Chising secretary anymore?
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
Sia-sia. Meremehkan dia.
Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. Yet when the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time. My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor.
Ya.
I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since
Salah
the
paham ya
Chising
ini
gave me a
teman-teman.
chance to leave with dignity.
Tahu kan, salah
I
paham.
appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Jueyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains.
But...
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Kaget cuy. Ketentraman. Adeptus ya.
Cloud Retainer?
Retainer.
We're
Cloud
terribly
Retainer.
sorry. We just...
Ini yang bikin mesin ya.
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you said,
Wow. You Adepti...
"Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu." It looks like you get along quite well.
Mengenang masa lalu.
Ah, a matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion. Ah, yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of.
Cloud Retainer.
Curhat dia cuy. Ayo kita dengarkan cuy.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed.
Dilus-lus gitu ya. Boleh.
When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horn. Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball. The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real... So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
Oh dia takut sama monster cuy. Kok pecundang ternyata. Taruh.
Ah, one's intention was merely to...
And you did the exact opposite. Impressed?
Be that so? But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your... One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be... One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole
Gandum.
grain.
Oke.
But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer.
Ya.
When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
Dia walaupun introvert cuy dia
One
cuy.
did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's alone. She will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on...
Ya, salah
Anyways,
paham emang.
what's that training ganyu.
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Joyun Karst. At her behest, she should be in the southern part of Mount Aozang right now.
Huh, is that so?
Oke, MT Auza ya. Oke, siap. Jauh nggak? Oh, jauh banget, kampret. Ini loh, emang MT Auza? Gak ada sih tulisannya. Kita OTW saja, cuy. Kita susul. Oh, ada ini gelut dulu lah, belum gelut gua. Ntar kaku cuy, nggak gelut. Kampret. Yang penting nggak kaku cuy nanti. Gue takut kaku aja sih. Kok jauh banget sih anjir? Loh, gimana sih tadi di situ? Gak jelas anjir. Balik. Kok bisa sih? Nah, ini baru. Halo Ganyu.
So here you are, Ganyu.
Why did you come here? Humans should not remain. Considering the kindness you have shown,
Yay!
this trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to my... If you're ready,
Siap.
we shall begin.
Terbang Wali. Oh kan, bener. Oh gila. Oh gitu, membidik ya teman-teman. Oh terbang, gini berarti. Gak bisa anjir, harus ke sono kita. Gak bisa loh. Oh di situ, salah. Oh ini ganyu es ya? Cocok sih, gue pengen sih. Tapi lagi miskin cuy. Ini apa ini skill ya? Salah. Sip. Oh ada menitnya cuy. Kita udah nyantai kampret. Gua nggak ngeh loh. Biasanya kalau
There's a lot of gliding around. It does feel like something Cloud Retainer would come up with.
Nge-lag. Gimana sih ini? Up. Susah anjir. Oh, pas. Tinggal satu. Panik anjir gua. Oh, itu di situ.
Ganyu's a really awesome shooter.
If you could see through the eyes of an adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised.
Lah, ini mana anjir anginnya? Waduh, duh. Kurang 5 sih.
We're way behind schedule.
Masih jauh cuy. Kampret. Parah, deket aja nggak bisa loh. Dua nih duit.
Access denied. Access denied.
Pas ya. Gila, keren.
We've completed the task. What do you think? Hardships are a fact of life, both for the adepti and humans alike.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
The training's not over yet. The part prepared by Cloud Retain.
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other adepti?
No. The only adeptus who can unlock my true
Who is it?
conqueror of demons.
Conqueror of Demon. Gila.
So it's Xiao.
Xiao, si
That
pendiri.
cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared a trial for you?
Pengen juga punya Xiao.
I found
Kampret.
him unapproachable at first, too. But I believe that being able to face him is an important... He's already waiting for me.
Oke,
Of
siap.
course we are. Let's go.
Let's go. Oke, kita celurut saja, cuy. Ribet. Hewan apa? Hewan. Oh. Halo Xiao. Ini kece sih cuy. Kece banget ya. Cool.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer.
I don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training.
Xiao is such a strict teacher.
You're
Tegas ya.
neither an adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion.
Ya benar.
Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
I have nothing to hide.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution.
Bener. Menentukan jalan keluar. Oke.
The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of your body.
Yes.
Oke, siap. Oke, kita langsung tempur lagi teman-teman. Mana? Oh, kita ada 5 cuy. Yuhu.
The trial's begun! Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed!
Anjir 3.000 cuk.
Born of ice and frost.
Dia DPS apa bukan sih? Gua mau ngeliat ultinya sih.
Next on the agenda. No touching. Blaze over.
Oh, gila. Kece cuk. Hujan terus dia, keren.
No touching.
Ini sama ini ya. Gak ada obat anjir. Anjir gak ada obat ya. Cocok lagi kampret ya.
Next on the agenda. Next on the agenda.
Cocok ini cocok.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda. No touch.
Burst forth.
Wait.
No touching.
Great undertaking.
Go faster.
Nice and spicy!
Born of ice and frost.
Masih enak ini sama Rajur enak gitu loh. Mana lagi? Langsung ulti tuh.
All hail.
Ultinya ini yang mantep sih.
Born of ice and frost.
Come to be.
Mana satu lagi?
Burst forth.
Rada aneh sih.
Go.
Boleh. Ultinya doang gua yang ngincer.
I've completed your
Buat
trial.
DPS mantep sih.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training.
Bener.
Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll progress faster that way.
Understood.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll...
I have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
Pesky
Asik.
visitor? So even here there are the...
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis! I've finally come upon the Adepti. Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain? Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg it.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim. Huh. He can handle any battle, but talking to strange humans is a different story.
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an...
Perfect! I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound a bit half-hearted. What blessings can you grant me?
Wow.
Kok minta sih
Straight to
dia?
the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim
For free? Do you mean that you charge people?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earnest living.
Itu. Tante Ganyu kalau udah bijak ya. Mario Ganyu.
It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Ya benar. Kalau dikasih cuma-cuma kan ya benar.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Mario Ganyu. Waduh,
Your father
main-main.
must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardships, but are also full of... A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like us city folk? You sure you're not one of those swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? Ugh, how dare you reprove me? I bet you came here looking for the Adepti yourself.
Ngejak gelut
He
ya.
might sorta have a point. We did...
Enough! Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Nobody's stopping you. Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin your mood.
It's not his behavior. The things he said. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an Adeptus again. But being questioned by him made me realize that I... But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
It's true. Just believe...
all right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, I still trust my if I'm proven right. I'll return to Jueyun Karst.
Oke, yuk kita buktikan
It's
cuy.
a step in the right direction. Let's go.
Ini apa sih? Wih, ada. Oh, sama aja sih. Gue kira quest baru. Kita ke pelabuhan Liu. Jadi Ganyu ini adalah nanti aja di akhir video ya kita simpulkan.
Faster?
Benar-benar.
We're finally back.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu. We're almost there.
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite impolite of me to leave the two of you now.
That's right. Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
Oke, kita ke laut cuy. Yuk, jauh banget. Ganyu. Mirip sih kisahnya. Ketika udah lama tidak diasah gitu loh. Kekuatannya hilang ya adeptusnya. Gua paham sih. Lu.
The sound of the waves in this familiar the smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a stroll around here in a long time.
Huh. That's true. Ganyu seemed to be working.
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it behind a desk filing documents. It put me in a certain mood, similar to the one I felt during my training in Juyu.
Why, isn't it, little I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here.
This old man called her Little Miss Ganyu.
Allow me to introduce Uncle Tian.
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue after all, and I am the one who is yet to...
Uncle Tian is a member of the Liyue Chising, the Tianshu.
Kok mirip ya?
What? This grandpa is a member of the same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion, fishing in the
Rendah dia,
port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards.
Nah,
In
benar.
most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and
Uncle Tian is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
Oh, little Miss Ganyu. Your kind words make me...
Uncle Tian, a person of your standing should really stop calling me Little Miss
Oh, my apologies. It's not intentional, just a shout. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Chising.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades now, huh?
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Chising secretary.
Talking about secretaries... Oh, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu?
Yes, she works at Yua High Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help her?
I don't know myself, really. May I trouble you to meet her at UAI Pavilion?
With pleasure. Solving the Chising's
She's back in character, just like that, huh? Let's move then.
Oke, OTW cuy. Kok jauh? Loh, kok miring-miring sih? Dia di atas bukit, cuy. Tuh, dua. Oh, ini adiknya ya? King.
Miss Ganyu, it's been... I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of...
Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see...
My father asked you to come, abusing his status as a member of the Chising to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great mentor.
So, what can you tell me about...
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered some. There are obvious irregularities. Without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. All right. Let's approach it this way then.
Huh?
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to the... In that case...
I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is...
Yes, you're right.
Ayo, kita ikutin cuy. Bodo amat, teleport aja. Dia toko yang di bawah ya, teman-teman.
Aha! We meet again, traveler. And you must be... I suppose you're about to place a big order. I'd be honored to talk...
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from you. Should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to Second Life instead.
What? Second Life? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's stealing all of my customers.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving. Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr.
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully, line by line and word by word.
Suruh koreksi ya dia.
Here, I found it. That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction. No wonder there was no trace of it.
I told you so. Just as I expected.
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this transaction?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters, might still have some proof of it.
Aha! You're right! Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the invoice.
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be... Thank you for shining a light on this cake.
Oh, please, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the evidence.
I'm afraid I can't go to Chinksa Village.
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Liyue Harbor and finish your work.
That's so...
Oke, siap, kita OTW cuy ke Genshin Village. Dia tempatnya siapa ya? Lupa saya. Oh, kakek tua. Tuan Lu.
Ah, welcome, welcome. I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but I'm afraid I can't take too many at once.
Kingsa really is full of lonely old people.
Hey, I heard that, Flying One.
Paimons!
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some.
Ah, don't worry, I know. Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well, whatever. You said that you want to ask...
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evicted. Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was a big order.
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring it.
Of course you can, but I'm not...
What?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here at Fun. As for old documents and such, I keep them all in a... But some troublemakers have recently moved there, invading my warehouse. I tried to drive them away. Since you need that invoice anyway, it may be best to get it from the warehouse yourself. And
so that's what happened.
I'll leave you to it then. I need...
Oke. Kita hajar, cuy. Terima kasih, kakek tua. Kita hajar, cuy.
Take back the warehouse, find the invoice. Time for...
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers. Ah, over there.
Oh, Paimon sees them too. It's one of the Fatui.
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's way.
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's we won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. Consider my intuition as the secretary of the Qixing.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go teach.
Ayo, let's go. Gila, kita nggak bisa make.
You'll get frostbite, frozen, crystal.
Coming to be. Witness my great undertaking.
Freshness preserved. Chill to the bone.
Hit.
You scoundrel.
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan.
Anjir, jajar dulu, baru
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against Liyue, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui...
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well, I was about to.
About to...
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a...
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Jinxa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people. What?
Judging by how he's looking at us, it...
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? I swear, I only came here to pick...
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I also feel... I misjudged the situation and offended you. Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you...
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with...
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve the...
Paimon's in!
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like...
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
Diancam.
What a bittersweet ending.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent...
No worries. It's always nice to teach the...
Let's keep...
Oke, kita lanjut. Kita salah cuy, salah nangkep cuy. Kampret ya. Kita lanjutkan cuy. Wait, siapa? Oh ini, siap.
This is the warehouse. Seems like those troublemakers were nothing more than a few arrows. Let's show them what we got.
Gancuk.
Burst forth. Sage of power.
Gila.
Burst forth. Moment of birth.
All clear. Oh, let's look around for the invoice. This one is an invoice from One Min Restaurant. Some dining tables and chairs.
Bukan ini.
That's
Oke.
not it.
Siap.
This one is Wangsheng Funeral Parlors. Oh, so they make coffins too.
Di belakang ya.
This one is Second Life. We
Ya, siap.
finally found it. Let's bring this invoice back to Hoishin.
Kita kembali teman-teman. Kita sudah dapat resinya, kita kasih ke cewek tadi. Yuk kita gas ke bawah.
Ms. Ganyu, you're back.
Udah dong.
I hope it wasn't too much.
I promise to help you and I'll keep my word. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between second...
Oh, thank you so much.
Agreed. How about we go to second...
Nah, ini tempat second life ya. Headset. Hampir saja. Oh, second life ini yang jualan apa? Bahan-bahan ya. Dongseng. Ketangkep basah kau.
Isn't it Huixin from the Yuhai Pavilion? I remember you. I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declarations are scrupulous as well. I do hope that my business won't be affected by any groundless accusations.
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, but I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is liable to affect the...
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you...
What? Proven guilty? How come?
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling. Time for the finishing blow!
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
I'm Master Lu. I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's...
Ya, malah diadu.
And him from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back. He's got his own share of dirty laundry.
Oh? Mr. Dongsheng,
Oh,
I'd like to hear a
dipancing.
little
Siap.
more about this dirty laundry. Would you...
Siap.
I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu.
That's good.
I must say, you're truly impressive, Miss. Your enemy knows you best.
Musuhmu lah yang paling mengenalmu.
To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually
Mario
one of your father's,
Ganyu, okay.
the Tianshu's old tricks. I just took some inspiration from it.
My father?
Yeah.
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position. That's how Uncle Tian managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tian's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategies. So I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have... I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had.
Ganyu solved both Huixin's work and family problems. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, you've helped me so much. You must...
That's not necessary. No.
Then let me treat you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited.
All right, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat. Oh, come on. It's just a meal.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline.
Actually, I've already booked Senor Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything.
All right.
Alright. Yuk kita lanjut sih. Duitnya lumayan sama Hero Fit. Woohoo. Dia di hotel ya atau?
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Kita langsung masuk saja teman-teman. Gila udah sejam cuy. Yuk, makan-makan.
Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the...
Sure. That's so kind of you, Huixin. You went to great lengths to
Truth be told, apart...
Oh? If there's anything I can help you with, just...
Oh, no, I don't really need help. Could you just...
With pleasure.
Tentu saja.
When I was a little girl, even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I've only decided to join the Yuehai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself as a result.
I disagree. You're a great secretary.
Thank you. Over the years, I became a mother, too.
Huh? So Uncle Tian is a grandpa!
Influenced by my youthful ideals, she followed my footsteps and came to be a secretary at the Yuehai Pavilion. At first, I was worried about her. It's not an easy job, after all. To tell the truth, But after all that happened this time, I've made up my mind to...
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her senior colleague. You'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her your mom used to do it like that. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for, she might still need your guidance in 20+ years, too.
Huixin, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness makes people feel at ease.
Witness? It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history. All the changes but I've always regarded it as nothing more than the source of my loneliness. Huixin, you don't know how important those words are to me. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor. Apart from my contract with Rexlap, they rely on me. Accept me. And
of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
That's right.
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up!
Even if I've really been supplanted, I wish to fight for my place. I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary. Regardless, I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence.
Okay. Lah, belum
No
makan.
time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
Siap.
We're leaving already?
Siap, keren. Nah, ini sekretaris yang quest di Liu itu ya. Quest bounty-nya sepertinya bisa ini. Keren. Gue di posisi ini sih cuy. Bener. Keren. Tahu. Udahlah. Salah jalan kita cuy. balik yang ke tempat tadi ya.
Burst forth. Burst forth.
Liftnya cacat cuy. Harusnya tempat rata dia.
Burst forth.
Baisha, are you okay? Did you fall asleep standing up? Look who's back.
Look is back.
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long.
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all. Given
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your...
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the human...
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from...
All right. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the task. I'll take care of the rest.
Oke, keren.
Of course.
Oh, finally.
Finally. Akhirnya.
Yes. There's one more thing. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship, I would still be embroiled in my inner conflict right now. To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work. I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would you say if I...
Gak usah repot-repot, gue gacha dapat ganyu aja seneng. Siap-siap.
Sure, but are you ever done with...
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it, shall...
Bersambung teman-teman, siap? Keren. Primogen. Oke teman-teman. Sekian aja untuk quest kali ini. Apakah bisa gacha? 400 cuy. Gue nggak bisa gacha di sini karena nggak punya ini gitu loh. Tapi tidak apa-apa. Oke, sekian aja teman-teman untuk quest story ganyu. Keren sih, keren. Jadi dia kesimpulannya ganyu itu kehilangan jati diri cuy. Antara update terus atau manusia biasa. Dan dari kejadian itu dia udah menemukan. Oke, sekian aja video dari gue Rizal Purnomo. Sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya. See you, goodbye. Ah.